So the last video I made was up in Vermont, and I was walking, and it was about, or 5 signs that you know you're getting old. But it made me think, it's kind of a depressing video, just telling everybody the 5 things that make you feel old. But I don't feel old. It's a weird thing to say, but a lot of things are a lot of signs out there that tell me that I'm old, but I don't feel old. How's that possible? I found that going on walks and sometimes runs, and it doesn't have to be like a 5-mile run or a 10-mile walk or a 3-mile walk, just getting outside by yourself and walking around and thinking about things on your own is incredibly liberating. Find some things that you can do that maybe aren't like the normal things that someone who's old would do. For me, I have a hobby of going to see live music. And I go see a lot of different bands, but I've got a few that I go to a lot. And it sort of becomes this thing where I meet people there that I see at different places, and I hook up with them for an hour or so, or I just go with my daughter and or her friend, and we just make it a big thing, and I feel young. Third thing would be, and I'm a teacher, and I'm going to be retiring from teaching, but that's obviously something that has kept me very young at heart. I teach 5th grade students who are 10 and 11 years old, keeps me young. But what I do through teaching is I socialize with people younger than me. And I also do this at a camp in Maine in the summer, where a lot of the people who I work with, including a couple of my kids work there, they're all between 17 and 23, before getting out of college age. And I'm right there with them, doing things they're doing. Obviously at 60, I'm doing a little bit less, but I'm also in a sort of an administrative position, but I'm out there, socializing with young people, and that makes me feel young. And I feel like bridging that gap between 60 and like 23 is a real skill that, they want to hang out with you, and they want to, have you be a part of what they're doing. They think it's cool. Some of them might make fun of you, but then when they realize that you're actually a normal person and actually pretty cool, they enjoy hanging out with you, and they'll ask you to do things with them, and you'll do things. And I have friends right now that I go to these concerts with that are 26, 27, 28. I play golf with people under 30. I know some of my kids' friends. I've hung out with them, and then it makes my connection with my kids even stronger, because I know their friends and their friends know me. And it's a unique situation, obviously, because it's at a camp, and not everybody's going to go work at a camp, or not everybody's going to teach. But if you can find a way to surround yourself by people that are young, whether it's through work or find a hobby that you might see younger people doing, like playing a sport or playing golf, or going for a walk, or going to a concert, or anything that really sort of gives you happiness, but isn't really just for old people. And you could start at something small, playing an instrument. I picked up guitar like 10 years ago. And when I told some of the people I work with that I'm retiring, that I'm going to learn how to play better and get in a band, they're like, "You're going to play in a band at the age of 62? I'm like, "Yeah, like that would be awesome." I mean, I'm a little ways away. I'm getting better, but there's plenty of bands that are playing out there and they're 75. So, and those are things that like I would enjoy doing. I actually am going to go play with a friend who's 28. No, he's 29, but I've known him for like 10 years from camp. And so that's the thing that makes me feel young, playing the guitar, going to concerts. And I think just in general, if you can try to do that, try to stay, in tune with what makes you happy, and try to realize that, you're getting older, but you're also wiser, and you appreciate things more. And so everything's just a little bit cooler. And if you go like to travel, like that's another way to stay young. I've traveled 2 different trips in the last 2 years with my kids. It's been the greatest experience of my life. Just enjoying that with them makes me feel so young when I'm out there with them, and they love being with me and my wife. And now I'm going on another trip with just my wife, and so excited. I'm gonna do some hiking. You know, I'm just staying active and try all these things. Like, what do you got to lose? You know, no matter what, it's kind of cool. Like, people that are older are going to think, or younger, are going to be like, God, I hope I'm doing that when I'm 60. So when I get out of bed and my ankles hurt, and when I jump over a fence and I'm afraid that I'm going to kill myself, or when I think about how far away from my mortality I am, all those things I said in my previous video, I'll just forget about that stuff, because that stuff's funny. Because I know that deep down I'm not old. I'm 12 years old. 12 to 18, depending on the day. All right, until next time.